Okay, welcome folks. It's Foundations and Pre-Calculus Math 10 with Mr. Johns. Today we're going to do the last section in Chapter 3. This is Section 3.8 and it is factoring special polynomials, but it could also say expanding and factoring special polynomials. Because first we're going to expand, then we'll factor. So the first example we'll do is to expand n plus 5 squared. And really, what we need to know is that squared means repeated multiplication. So in this case, we're going to take n plus 5 and multiply it again by n plus 5. And now we're back to using FOIL, where we take the firsts, which is n times n, the outsides, which is n times 5, the insides, which is 5 times n, and the lasts, which is 5 times 5. And this gives me n squared plus 5n plus 5n plus 25. I'll combine my like terms for the outside and inside, giving me n squared plus 10n plus 25. And here's our answer. Some of you might be getting good enough at this point to do this all in your head and just be able to go straight from n plus 5 times n plus 5 to n squared plus 10n plus 25. Now, if we do another one, we'll have 3t minus 2, and here we have something greater than 1 in front of the variable, and this is squared. But again, it's just repeated multiplication. So if I write it twice, I can easily use my FOIL method. 3t times 3t is 9t squared. 3t times negative 2 is negative 6t. Negative 2 times 3t is negative 6t again. And negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4. So 9t squared minus 12t plus 4. Now what's important to note here is this is basically 3t squared, and this is basically negative 2 squared. So this is a combination of those things, namely minus 6t and minus 6t together. So when we get to factoring, or going backwards, we'll need to take note of that. Now it's your turn. Try expanding t minus 3 squared. The next thing we're going to look at is now, instead of expanding, we're going to be factoring. So we have x squared plus 8x plus 16. And really, I don't change my method. I just want to write what two numbers multiply to 16 and add to 8. Well, it's going to be positive 4 and positive 4. So here I'll write x plus 4 and x plus 4. Well, I'll notice x plus 4 is written twice. Therefore, I can write this as x plus 4 squared. So really nothing's changed. It's the same as I was always factoring, but now I can combine my two binomials to make it squared. If I look at this one, my a value is greater than 1. So I can use my modified factoring, but I know that 4y squared and 9 are both squared terms. So I'm going to not use my modified method and just try saying, what about if it was 2y and 2y? Well, to get a positive 9, I would need to have 3 squared, but this is negative, so it must have been minus 3 and minus 3. Now you can use my 4 times 9 for the multiply. What two numbers multiply to 36 and add to negative 12, and then factor out your extra factor of 4. But I got to 2y minus 3 just by looking. And then I can write this as 2y minus 3 squared. So now it's your turn. Try t squared minus 10t plus 25 factored into two binomials. If they're repeated, you can write them as squared. Now the last thing we're going to look at is what we call difference of squares. But I don't like to learn anything new. So when I have a question that says k squared minus 64, well, there's something missing. It's a k term. So what I do is I write k squared plus 0k minus 64. That way I can still use my method that says what two numbers multiply to negative 64 and add to 0. Well, it's negative 8 and positive 8. So I have k minus 8 as one binomial and k plus 8 as the next binomial. So the big secret here was to notice this was a squared term minus a squared term, namely this is 8 squared. I was missing my k term, so I put in a 0k and used my method, what two numbers multiply to negative 64, add to 0, and I got k minus 8, k plus 8. Now you try your turn A, where we factor 4m squared minus 49. Now remember, something squared minus something else squared will give us our factors in the binomial. You try it, pause the video, and I'll write down the answer here so you can check. Once you've got it sorted, go ahead and do the assignment. You'll have 3 questions to expand and then 3 questions to factor. If you need any help, let me know. Good luck, and next thing will be the chapter review and then our chapter test. Yeehaw!